Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Minecraft The Fox Lodge set. This is set number 21178. It has 193 pieces and I paid $15 for this set. This set retails for $20 and I've looked at some similar sets like this in the past, and some of them I've really liked, other ones I haven't liked as much. I think I most recently maybe looked at the Axolotl house and I did end up enjoying that more than I thought I would. I'm not sure how this one's going to be. At the very least, there's some Minecraft animals in here that I don't have, as well as some of the figures. So I'm interested in looking at that. So I decided to pick this up. And so in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. But before I do that, I just wanted to say if you're interested in supporting the channel, subscribing is a great way to do that. And also, if you want to give money to the channel, there's ways to do that on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. There's a link in the description to go to the Patreon or to quote-unquote buy me a coffee. I mention those things at the end of every video, but I just wanted to throw it out at the beginning. I'm not going to do it every time, but it's just something to try out. So anyway, while I build this, I'll speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Minecraft The Fox Lodge set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. So we start off with the figures and building some fox mobs, some little animals here, and then we can start working on the biome kind of landscape, as well as all of the little Minecraft appliances, accessories, crafting table, oven, torch, all that different stuff. And then we can start laying the groundwork for the internal parts of the house onto the second bag of pieces for building up the Fox Lodge. We have a lot of bricks in this set, which is really, really awesome, as well as that 16 by 16 plate. A lot of this is very straightforward, studs on top, basic building, but it does come together nicely, and there are some things I think could be improved on, but I'll cover that more a little bit later. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is the Lego Minecraft The Fox Lodge set. This is okay. I feel pretty good about this, given what I paid for it and what's in front of me here. Maybe just even on like a volume measurement, this feels comparatively good to a lot of other sets, and it is in line with sort of my feelings that I've seen from other Minecraft sets, so I do really appreciate that. But there's a good amount to look at here, so we will get right into it. And the first thing we will look at is the minifigures. We get two minifigures in this set. The first one we will look at is essentially a playable character here, a hero character. I don't know if they specifically have a name, but they are wearing a specific skin for this set. We do have the Minecraft sword accessory here. We also have the accessory that's apparently like a fishing pole, so it's just that kind of rubbery whip type piece with a orange fish at the end of it. Looking at the figure itself, standard Minecraft head, but we have a little different printing on there. It is in orange, and we have kind of the fox ears, the eyes, the nose, everything on there. Production work on that is pretty good, not too bad in terms of the white or the tan over the orange. It's still not perfect. I would still say some of this white should be whiter, and there's maybe a little bit of orange that bleeds through, but that's somewhat nitpicky here. Looking at the torso, we have kind of the chest fur for this fox skin area, a couple other darker spots on that. Again, this tan here is okay. It comes off looking a little pinkish, and maybe it's supposed to be pink, I guess. It seems to me that it was supposed to be more tan, but I guess I could be convinced that the chest or like tummy belly area of a fox is more pink, so I'm not sure specifically what that's supposed to be. I read it as tan, but I am colorblind, so there's that. But it is printed, so that's good. We do not have printing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Back of the torso, this is kind of cute, has essentially like a tail here, a fox tail there, which has some similar colors, similar production issues, I would say. But overall, that's fine. So good to get that character. I have a feeling, this skin for a playable character or a hero character is probably only available in this set. So if someone really wants that or likes that, that is available here. And then the other minifigure you get is a zombie, so a Minecraft zombie. So I've looked at these before. This one's familiar, but that's okay. We have the Minecraft head here. It's a bit of a different color, has some different splotches, maybe various forms of decay or whatever else on there. Nothing, no alternate faces for these. Torso has sort of a clothing that is maybe torn up, a little bit ripped up, and then exposing sort of the flesh underneath that mirrors like what the arms are and the color for the head there. So we get little spots of that. Nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. Back of the torso has a similar kind of pixelated rips and tears and marks for the clothing that this minifigure is wearing, and then exposing sort of what's underneath the outer layer. So that's really good. So you get those two figures, and then you get a few other things. I never know what to call them, mobs or animals or whatever. And these are pretty common in Minecraft sets. So with like the axolotl set or the panda set, you got several of them. And this one's cool. So this is the Fox Lodge. So we get some different foxes here. This is the standard one. It's an orange fox, very much mirrors the house and the minifigure in a lot of ways. So we have like the special face here. It's a special brick. It has a 1x1 plate, and then it has like the molding. The nose juts out a little bit, the ears jut out a little bit, and then we have printing on the front for the nose and the eyes. I think this could have used printing for the ears, and honestly I think the ears could be a little more pronounced. It's just that the ears on the minifigure printing and the ears on the house itself have the like white tips there, and I think that would have gone a long way to up this a little bit. Other than that, it is basically one stud wide. This one's 3 studs long. We do have kind of the legs and the feet down here. The rear, we have a tail with a little bit of brown, orange, and then the white tip on the tail. You can move that. There's no other like posability of this, so it is essentially just that. There is a baby fox, which is the smaller version of that, using the same headpiece here, so the same issues there. This one's only 2 studs long. The tail is a little bit shorter as well. Instead of a full orange brick, it's just 2 plates in there, and then the feet are done with the 1x2 round plate with the hollow studs. So that is sort of a baby fox. And then we get one other one, which is like a winter fox, Arctic fox type thing. So the build is the exact same as the orange one, the bigger one there. The head is the same, but it's recolored to white. And then again, 3 studs long, 1 stud wide. We have the little feet here. The tail has a little bit of gray and then white all the way through it. So you get 3 foxes there, an Arctic fox, maybe adult, a just fox, a woodland fox, maybe, I have no idea. That's apparently a bigger size, and then a smaller one of the orange one. So those are the kind of characters and figures or mobs you might get in this. And then I always forget that this is called like a drowned zombie, so that's relevant potentially. I don't know if there's other forms of zombies. There might be, so that's just is what they are called. And then the rest of the set is this Minecraft Fox Lodge. So there's some different stuff to look at here. Actually, the build for this starts out with like the figures and the characters and the mobs, and then you do all the kind of standard Minecraft accessories. So I'll kind of go through those first. I mean, very early on, you make this pedestal with the torch on there. So that's good. That's pretty common in Minecraft sets that I've seen. And then the rest of the kind of things like the crafting table and the bed are all actually internal here. So let me see if I can easily get them out. So we have the bed here. I'm going to take this apart a little bit and try and get this out. It's not super easy, so maybe I won't take out those pieces that are tucked in back there. And now I'm going to have trouble getting this back together. There we go. We can take that. We can take this. We can take this out, I believe, if I can. Let's see here. There we go. And maybe I can do that same back here. Forgive me for this. Well, anyway, we will go just like we have it here. So Minecraft bed, pretty standard. You can stud them down. Has the pillow here. It does have like feet on it using these round plates. The other one came off, so it is in there already. You kind of build that separate before you put it in there. You have the crafting table, so printed brick, and then the printed tile up here. Those are very, very common. You also have the oven or the like stove or the kiln or whatever this is. So printed brick here, one side of it, other side has kind of the flames or the coals or whatever in the bottom. So that's really nice. You can kind of just easily switch that around to play, have different play sequences and present as, you know, some different activities going on. And then I can't remember what this is. I'm pretty sure it came in the Panda set and I was like, what is this piece? And it's, I think, some kind of food or something like that. And I don't know. Let me actually see if I can find out quick. Okay, yes, this is a white 2x2 tile with red squares pattern. It stands in for a Minecraft cake. So it's actually two pieces, and then we essentially have like a countertop or a block that can be used to, you know, hold that there. And we also have the kind of rubbish bin or like the taller kind of box element there that sometimes can be used for a garbage can or something else. In a lot of Minecraft sets it's used for storage if there's not a chest in there. Also inside we can see here we have a map. That's a printed tile. The bed is over here, and then in the back I had trouble getting this out just because some of the pieces that were above it. There's a bedside table with a small plant on top there as well. So you get some you get like 4 studs here at the back. This one goes deeper, I think, to like 8 studs right there, and then it's only 4 studs wide, so you get like a 4x8 and another, you know, 4x8 over here, total for the area with like access. And then you can populate this, and I had this done just kind of the way that it was done in the instructions. I think it's something like that. So we have the crafting table over here, we have like the oven, we can pop that out and spin it around, and then we have the cake or the countertop over there. The cake is 2 pieces, the tile and nut, and then it's just got the jumper underneath it, jumper on the oven piece as well. And so those are kind of all the internal details here. Then the rest of the set is this lodge and this like kind of area, this biome area here. So we build up the environment. It actually uses a relatively, you know, nice piece, this 16x16 I believe this is. That's a big kind of half base plate or quarter base plate sort of, so that's nice. It's good to get that. I mean, it is as thick as a traditional plate, so it's maybe not equivalent to a base plate. You can also see it does have the full array of like anti-studs there. So a 16x16 plate, those are big, handy. So that's really nice. We have a 6x6. We have a 4x6 over there. So we have that. I think, is that kind of medium nougat type color there? I'm not sure if it's just like a dark tan. Over here, we apparently have some like snow. There's an Arctic fox in this set, so that makes a little bit of sense. We have some kind of snow areas as well as some water, so that's really good. There's a jumper here, and there's a bunch of studs exposed over here with area where you could pose figures. Looks like some snow is coming over this way. And then we basically have a pretty big open space here. Actually, kind of more space out front of this that's just barren, that compared to like the inside of the house. And so they maybe could have done with making this, you know, 1 to 2 studs longer here to have more access at the rear and have less access up here, or they could have taken some steps to like populate this. Of course, you can populate this with the figures, and that does make it look a little less barren there, but that is kind of up front. Over here we maybe have more snow, maybe have something else. Do have the torch on the kind of pedestal there, or the stone. You also have a little more foliage here on a 2x2 with the 1 stud kind of jumper there. Building the house is pretty straightforward. You kind of start by laying the groundwork, including like over here, this is a 2x6 with some jumpers, and then a 1x6 with some jumpers. So we have some pillars here, and then a effective window there, but that's really basic. And then the rest of the walls for this is all bricks. There are so many 2x4s and 2x6s and 2x2s, frankly, in orange and in white. A lot of like, here's a couple 2x6s, 2x6s over here, 2x6s over here. Here's 3 of them stacked up, and then, you know, the 2x2s over there. So that's a lot of plastic. It's really, really nice to see all those bricks. And this is essentially supposed to look like what I would say is like a sleeping fox or a resting fox. So it's almost like it's in a position where it's like laying down. I believe, you know, the head is pretty evident. We got the eyes, the ears, the nose down here. And then this is kind of the body. And then this is essentially like the like tail that they're kind of looping around their body, almost like a cat might lay, or a fox, or potentially a dog with a bushy tail, but the tail kind of wraps around a little bit to insulate them, help keep them warm, help them remain comfortable there. So we can kind of get the full impression of a fox sort of laying down here, scaled up, very big. Like I said, it does mimic kind of the look on the minifigure as well as the fox pieces here. Not, you know, 100%, but it does have the like different color kind of right above the black for the eyes. We do have some tan up in the ears for the internal kind of ear, and then the maybe white and black tips for the kind of fuzzy fur of the ear. And then, as I've already shown, you can get more access to this. So besides just going through the back, this top part here on the 6x8, I believe, or 6x10 rather, here's the ears. So that only studs down on 3 places. The rest is tiled out, so very easy to remove that. Allows you to get a little more access in here. And then over on this side, you have a 4x10 as well as a couple, you know, 2x6 bricks there, and another 2x4 plate underneath them that also studs down at 3 times, or 3 places. So we can theoretically get more access in here, also more light in here. Now, because this part that it like hangs over the lower portion and then blends into the top portion, like hangs out over where that end table is with the plant, it did cause me like a lot of difficulty trying to get that out. And I don't know if that's, you know, a issue for other people, for people with smaller hands than I have. Maybe it's not an issue, and maybe I'm able to get it now that I've sort of loosened it up a little bit. But even with the brick separator, it's a little bit difficult for me to try to like get under there. and I'm somewhat limited by this stuff up here. So then even if I were to try to put this back, I would have to be a little bit careful, and I would worry about being obstructed by that sort of overhang up there. So I can kind of get this into place and push that down and get that back in there. But this kind of 2x4 here, this sort of overhang, I don't know if it's structurally necessary in terms of like the structural integrity of this, and I also am not sure if it's like a design thing necessarily. I suppose the white is, you know, has to be there, the white tile, but in terms of like this white tile here and this orange plate there, I'm not so sure about that. You know, that's only like 2 plates there, so I'm not 100% sure why that was separated out and kind of cuts into the space there. At least for me, in my experience, it does give me a little more limited access to an area here for play, and also where to put this piece. I believe in the instructions you actually like put this in there, you know, before you build up the roof and this area. So I don't, you know, I found it difficult to get out, but it is possible. So we do get, you know, slightly more access in there, and that is okay. Again, you know, if someone's hands are smaller than mine, maybe it's a little easier. And ideally, you know, all these different parts, you know, the bed could be over here, and the oven and the crafting table could be along this wall or kind of in the little alcove there, or you could move those all around. I think that's somewhat intended in Minecraft sets there. Part of the reason that you build like these little kind of accessory things independently. So that's nice. The map you can't really move. It's the one kind of stud on the side thing in this set. So just a single stud 1x2 brick. You know, so it's got 2 studs on the top of 1 stud on the side of it, and you get that in there, and that's nice. You don't see the white through here, so that's just orange all the way through there. And then that's kind of everything. I'll populate this with the figures that it comes with just to show what it looks like a little more filled out, because I think that's worth seeing. And just for sake of how I'm going to hold this, I'm going to give the playable hero character both the fishing pole and the sword, instead of storing one of them in maybe the kind of chest or the barrel type thing over there. And we have something like this here. So I've filled up the kind of front area there with a couple of the foxes, the drowned zombie, Arctic foxes over here, kind of blending in. Playable characters maybe doing some fishing over there. Of course, you could put the things in here, but because I'm going to kind of hold this and move it around, I don't want the stuff falling out of it. So that's where we're at with this. In terms of like getting them into the inside, you know, this character has headroom to be in there, and to some extent can even have the sword and the fishing pole even in this lower part. We're getting pretty close. There's not a full brick of clearance here, and getting them onto the bed, you know, if I took their accessories off, would not be an issue. Or perhaps if I have the bed going the opposite way, they could be in there with their accessories. But space is a little bit cramped, but you can have them, you know, in front of these things, interacting with the little stations and the furniture and appliances, or whatever I might call these little things inside there. So that's okay. Interesting to me, at least, is that there's not a pickaxe or anything in this. There's very little like trees, foliage, anything like that. If it is kind of on the edge of, I don't know if it's a desert biome or like a Arctic biome or something, but if it's on the fringe there, it kind of makes sense for there to be less plant life around if it's consistently cold and snow covered or dry or whatever else. So it doesn't look too bad with all the figures here. And I thought it was really interesting that there's no kind of mineable blocks or ore or anything like that. I'm pretty used to Minecraft sets having like at least one that is like this, but it's built up with plates and studs, and you kind of alternate where these studs are placed diagonally, so it looks like a Minecraft piece with some ore in it, gold or redstone or whatever else. It could be diamond, and it kind of has that pixelated look even though it's all brick built. So there's none of that in here actually, which maybe it doesn't need that, maybe it doesn't fit with the environment that this is intended to be representing, but I also think, you know, there's maybe room to put something, whether it's like over here or back in the corner, just another play thing or another thing for Minecraft people to emulate stuff in the game rather than just like building and interacting with the characters. They could be mining for resources and stuff there. So I'm surprised that that's not here. It's not like a super crucial miss, but I think it would have been a worthwhile inclusion to at least have one of those there, and it wouldn't have cost very much at all. I guess I don't know if every Lego set or Lego Minecraft set has those included. I know that not everyone does because this one doesn't, but it seems like it's pretty common, so I was a little bit surprised to see the absence of it here. But that's kind of everything for this Fox Lodge. I'll show the extra pieces because you do get some. Not a ton, but you get an extra of like the flexible whip type piece, the 3-stem floral piece, the pieces for the torch, your 1x1s, your plates, your studs, your flower studs, all of that different stuff here. And this set is 193 pieces. I paid $15 for it. It retails for $20. So I got it 25% off. Almost 200 pieces. A lot of bricks, like a lot of big bricks in orange, which is a nice color. I think this is like the, you know, not the newer orange color, but I don't know if they would have used that color for this anyway. But this is from, I think, 2022, so it's a nice orange color. But you get a lot of 2x6s, a lot of 2x4s, like real brick pieces. Not a, you know, there are lots of plates and tiles used as well, but like good, solid, heavy brick pieces there. So that's very nice to see, and in terms of value, that does up this a good amount in my opinion. Besides that, you also get like the big 16x16. That's really nice. You do get the 2 minifigures, which aren't like fantastic, but one of them might be semi-exclusive or exclusive to this set. You also get the Fox figures with their printed and special molded heads, which is something there. I think, yeah, the $20 probably makes sense for this. I don't know if they would price it like that today. Maybe in 2024 this retails for like $24 or $25, $26. I don't really know. The fact that it's at $20 retail doesn't feel too bad for me compared to looking at other $20 sets or sets that I got on sale for around $20, or like the $15 or $16 like pirate ship set that was like a little bit more recent than this. It feels okay, and comparing it to other like Lego animal houses I've looked at in this price range, it feels about right. Like I said, I paid $15 for it, which is a $5 discount off the retail price, which amounts to, you know, 25% off. Usually the 20% off threshold is somewhat common to find, and then more than that, you're getting into looking at stuff that I'm like very much inclined to purchase, to look at because of the deal here. I'm glad I was able to get this for $15. I've seen this on shelves for the past couple years since it released. Never really pulled the trigger on it, never thought about picking it up, partly because it's not a theme that I'm like heavily involved with or interested in or knowledgeable about, but also because I wasn't sure about the value having it here now, like in terms of even a parts pack potentially just to get a bunch of these bricks. You know, you could do worse than this. And actually, if you were to like part this out, I'm not sure how much it would cost on Bricklink or on Pick-a-Brick to get, you know, let's say 10 of the orange 2x6s. There's actually 11 of those in this set. So I don't know what that would cost. Maybe not a ton, but you know, those pieces alone might be 10 to 15 cents in the US, and so 11 of them, we're looking at like $1 or at least right there, which, yeah, that's a lot cheaper than this. But in totality, with the instructions, with the figures and everything here, I think it makes sense at $20, but I'm happy I got this on sale. So I feel like I got a good deal, and this is another good kind of Minecraft set here that I'm perfectly okay with. And there's a few, you know, issues with in terms of like the overhang up here, maybe the lack of a mineable brick, and some of the access to the inside. Also in terms of like the amount of stuff that's on the outside of the house or the lodge, but those can all be pretty easily changed, rectified, whatever there, I think. I'm pretty sure I could find a way to make this a little bit different here and have the access be slightly improved. And I think that's it. So this is all right. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO Minecraft, and then tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. And then if you wanted to support the channel by giving money to the channel, you could do that here on YouTube with membership supers and thanks. And I have the Patreon, it's in the video description, and I have a buy me a coffee link in the video description. So maybe consider checking those things out. It's extremely helpful. It all goes back into the channel, and it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.